In this video, I want to solve the equation 3x over x minus 2 plus 6 over x plus 2 equals negative 21 over x squared minus 4. So now we've got an equation involving fractions. And a good way to start when you're solving equations involving fractions is to clear the denominators by multiplying each term by the least common denominator. And the least common denominator in this case, well, it might help to notice that this difference of squares right here, x squared minus 4, factors as x minus 2 times x plus 2. And so that is actually our least common denominator, because that is an expression that is a common multiple of x minus 2, x plus 2, and this denominator, which is equivalent to x minus 2, x plus 2. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is multiply both sides of this equation by that least common denominator, which when I multiply this entire left-hand side by x minus 2, x plus 2, that'll distribute to each part of this sum. And then I'm going to also multiply this side by that x minus 2, x plus 2. Okay, so I'm going to write that out. So I will have 3x over x minus 2 times that least common denominator plus 6 over x plus 2 times that least common denominator. Oopsie. Hold on. X plus 2 here equals negative 21 over x squared minus 4 times x minus 2 x plus 2. Okay. Now is the fun part. All right, so x minus 2 cancels here, and so we're left with 3x times x plus 2. Okay, over here the x plus 2's cancel, and so you're left with 6 times x minus 2. Over here, so x squared minus 4 is equal to x minus 2 times x plus 2, so that'll cancel and leave just the negative 21. Okay, so what we're left with here is a bit of a mess. What we should do is multiply out. So the 3x times x plus 2, we should distribute 3x there, distribute 6 here, and then combine like terms. So 3x times x is 3x squared, 3x times 2, so that's plus 6x, plus 6 times x here, and then 6 times negative 2 equals negative 21. All right, combine like terms. There is no other x squared term. 6x plus 6x, so that's plus 12x. And then I'm going to add 21 to both sides and go ahead and combine these like terms. So minus 12 plus 21, what does that give us? Positive 9 equals 0. Okay, so now we're looking at this quadratic equation. One thing that's good to notice is that everything here is a multiple of 3. So we could actually, there's different ways you could look at it. Let's say we factor out 3. Then you're left with x squared plus 4x plus 3. And now you could divide both sides by 3, so that'll cancel. 0 divided by 3 is 0. So now we're looking at x squared plus 4x plus 3 equals that 0 divided by 3, which is 0. Okay, so now we could consider factoring. So, and this is one of your more straightforward factoring problems because we don't have a number in front of the x squared. So we can just think about two numbers that multiply to give me this number. So multiply to give you 3 and add up to 4. Well, so that'd be positive 3, positive 1. X plus 3, x plus 1. You don't want to do the whole AC method on something like this. If it's just a 1x squared, then it's best to try to just solve it, basically guess and test. Just you look for two numbers that multiply to give you this and add up to the coefficient in the middle. It's always good to double check though. So let's see, x squared plus x plus 3x would give me plus 4x plus 3. So this looks good. Set each factor equal to 0, and we get x equals negative 3, x plus 1 equals 0, we get x equals negative 1. One thing left though. If your original equation had x in the denominator, then remember you have to double check, okay, if x is negative 3, are any of these denominators 0? And they are not. If x equals negative 1, are any of these denominators 0? No. Okay, so these are both valid solutions. Your solution set in this case is negative 3 and negative 1.